The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect those of the Barbers Chat Network, our great partners at H&B Media, or any of our media peers. We're just five idiots who love sports and love to talk shit. If you're offended easily, then this show isn't for you. And for those of you who aren't offended easily, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Remember, it's only entertainment.
So cool.
Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold. My agent just said we made 100 flat. Make it back and make it stack, this like no Steven Jack. Put my rings up in the camera like I needed that. Up in the air and at the rim is where I meet them at.
Before we start the show, we want to thank our sponsors, Pillars. Pillars is the best clothing line in the Chicagoland area. If you're looking for a dope hoodie, a sweatsuit, shirts, shoes, or even stuff for your kids, Pillars is where you should go. You can visit any of their 4 store locations in the Chicagoland area or visit pillarsclub.co and order online. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another edition of I'm Not Gonna Hold You. I am your host, Scott, and yes, my voice sounds slightly better than it did on Friday. Friday, it sounded like I was about to die, and I sounded exactly like Doc Rivers. Still sound a little bit like Glenn today, but much, much better. It doesn't feel like I'm going to hurt myself while talking. So that's a lot better.
Scotty.
Yeah, exactly. I sound a little like I got a little bit of Phil Jackson today, but it is May 6, 2024, Monday, May 6, 2024. We are here for yet another edition of I'm Not Gonna Hold You. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Barberchair Scott. You can follow the Barberchair Network at that Barberchair Net on Twitter and Instagram. Follow H&B Media at H&B Media TV on Twitter and H&B Media on Instagram. And of course, get in tune with our sponsors, Pillars. You can go to pillarsclub.co, visit Pillars_club on Instagram, or visit any of the 3 store locations in the Chicagoland area. There's one over there on Madison and West Loop, one in Orland Park Mall, and one in Chicago Ridge Mall, man. Get in tune with the homies over there. And if you like the song, I'm Not Gonna Hold You, it is finally on all streaming platforms. The Boy Illinois, I'm Not Gonna Hold You, is on all streaming platforms, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you want to check it out. Check it out. And, stream the song, man. Support us, man. So, got a lot to get into today. We're going to talk about Pat Riley putting the Heat culture gun on the table, calling out Mr. Jimmy Butler. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to preview tonight's game 1 of the Knicks and the Indiana Pacers later. Cousin Dan will be joining us for that, as he will be talking about the pain he's in as a Lakers fan. And then also we'll be, previewing the other Western Conference matchups, Thunder and Mavericks, and also going to be talking about Celtics. And, of course, they're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. But before we got to do that, we got to talk about some hip-hop beef, man. We got to talk about some hip-hop beef. As y'all see, I got my hat on. There's been a lot of things about who's biased, who's not. I'm not biased. I'm biased in this situation. 10-year Los Angeles resident. I'm biased. Y'all made your decisions already. Yeah, I made my decision in June 2010, okay? It's been a long time. But we are here. We've got Dante here. We got Bang here, fresh back in America. And we got the homie Larry Legend. And as we kick off, Respect the Culture. Gentlemen, how you guys doing today?
Oh, great, bro. We got everything we asked for and then some. Like before we go into a full breakdown, like think about it for a second. We really got 2 of not only our favorite, 2 of the best artists of this generation to really drop songs back to back to back to back to back to back. And a very, an extremely short span when you think about it, especially with Kendrick.
10 songs in 6 weeks.
I'm very appreciative. Happy Cinco to all my essays. Shout out Orlando, Alex, all the boys. I know y'all gonna be in the comments in a minute. Shout out to y'all boys.
Shout out to them, man. I would drink some tequila right now, but I still can't drink alcohol yet. So
yeah,
I will eventually get
please
there.
don't.
I will still eventually get there. Lero, how you feeling, bro?
I feel like the West has won, man. I'm sorry to say that. The West has won once again. Y'all gotta stop fucking with that boy. He told y'all what it was on XXX. Don't bring Whitney into this shit. Let somebody talk about my mama, my sister, my brother. You heard what happened. He told niggas what it was gonna be in 2017. They ain't listen. And
I think that's.
why
I think
he kept doing that? Can we get there real quick? Why did he keep doing the wife stuff? Didn't you learn the last time you brought up?
That's his move, though. That's his move. That's what he do in every beef. He bring like significant others into it, and it's backfired. Like it's backfired a lot on him.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. That's why.
Yeah, but you ain't Pac. Kendrick is Pac in this situation. Don't you forget it. He said he gonna take you back to Pac, nigga. He said all eyes on me. Let me throw it up to Pac.
There's so many ways that we're gonna talk about this. Bang, how you doing? You back in the country?
Feeling good. I'm burnt.
You burnt.
Shoulders out here. My shoulders is out here peeling and everything. But it's good to be back on land. I've been walking around like I've been on the boat still, a little woozy. You know what I'm saying? But we back.
Hey, G, I had to give you the close up so we can see the tan, G.
Yeah, the tan, yeah. Tan, yeah. I look bronze a little bit. I look like one of them little baby shoes back in the 90s when you used to get them shoes bronze. Baby.
Hey, I remember niggas used to have the baby shoes back in the day. Niggas definitely got mad pictures with baby shoes on. But man, look, I'm gonna give you the floor, man. Like, where do you want to start? I feel like there's just so much to get into, man. We're gonna take the next 30, 45 minutes to like break all this down. So I'm gonna give you I think we both had like eventful weekends on Instagram. I know you got into it with a couple people on not Instagram, but on Twitter. You got a couple people on Twitter.
Oh, you got into it with some people again?
Oh yeah, Lero had some battles. Lero had some battles this weekend. I didn't have too many people in my mentions, but I caught a lot of subliminals on my timeline. You know it'd be funny when you reading something from a nigga you know, like,
you a Drake fan.
Yeah, like it's kind of my way, but I'm gonna let that rock. But that's kind of how that felt. But I'm gonna give the floor to you, man. Where you want to start with this?
I want to start with first and foremost, everything that they said Kendrick couldn't do, he did. Said he couldn't make a hit, he did that. Said he ain't want to respond. It was gonna take him too long. He came with 2 straight, and then like another one right back after dude dropped. It was just too much. Said he didn't have rats. He had the rats in the system. I feel like my main thing is people have to understand. I don't want to get into the deep part about this too early because the deepest part about this is the conversation of what black is and versus what a Canadian, of whatever descent that they come from is. Like, it's not the same thing. So when people was trying to make it like a cultural thing, they was trying to make it like it was a black thing and we all the same. It's like, nah, we not all the same. And I think y'all don't understand that part. So the whole cosplay part of it is what probably hurt him the most and hurt the whole country, Canada. The motherfuckers is really upset. Niggas was hitting me up, guys, sending me lyrics to a song that I was there when it was recorded. They sending me songs, Kendrick Lamar bars that I know if you heard the song, you wouldn't even be sending me this. Like, what are you doing? This with my cousin. Like, what the fuck are you? It was just like, y'all are reaching so hard. It was beautiful, man. Like, the part where he said, y'all not like us, I feel that every day, bro. I feel that every day. Like, I grew up.
That was a double entendre with that hook.
I grew up so black, so like this is a lot of y'all's. This ain't just Drake. Y'all not like us. Like, I grew up black with like, nigga, I was just talking to my brother today, like we was talking about it because we heard the Drake response last night. He had sent it to me, so we listened to it. And I'm just like, bro, we grew up where we was doing marches and we was doing shit that niggas did in the 60s, in the 90s, nigga. Like, we grew up doing marches, nigga, like with real motherfucking black leaders. So it's like, it's hard for me to go against that. And y'all got a nigga out here who talk a certain way and then rap a whole different way. I always felt a little cringy when I heard this nigga do that shit. But it was like, hits is hits. Girls like hits. My girl a Drake fan. She been in the room throwing darts at a motherfucking dreadlock for like 4-5 days straight, nigga. Fucking Kendrick Lamar. She even came out the room once out of this whole time. And she says to me, can we just accept that Drake lost? He's not a better rapper, and it's okay. Why you want to keep responding? And I said, because they never learn, man.
No, what they say out west, on the West Coast, nigga, he got to come take this DP.
He got to.
He got to come take this DP.
He got to get that whipping on them feet. He got to get them feet whippings. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I felt like it's a lot of deeper conversations that came about this shit that we could address. Even like how Vlad got True up. Like, it was just like a lot of different conversations where Muggs had to understand.
By Bomani Jones. That's a random interaction.
Bro, and then the whole thing is he was trying to call out a woman who is related to Rodney Jerkins. Like, bro, this is Rodney Jerkins' cousin. She got way more say in this shit than you do. Like, my nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the things like, yeah, see, everybody always talk about how like people are tribal and like, you know, black people not a monolith. But if you gonna say that, you can't get mad when the niggas that have similar experiences protect those experiences. And we sitting here and we telling you, nah, that's not how we get down. Like, especially now because so much of our culture has become mainstream culture. And like those gatekeepers aren't there. And so you got people who are just monetizing the shit. And you know, it's nobody there that's saying, wait a minute, like some things we need to protect and like just keep to ourselves. So no, I feel you 100%, G.
Speaking of culture, yeah, Orlando, it sounds wild. That's LA culture though. DP means discipline, not something else.
Right? It's not you freaky motherfucker. You freaky. Hey, still you up?
Freaky ass nigga.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah, exactly. Like go over to Rosecrans and tell them, DP, wow, you gonna be driving, you gonna be running down that street, nigga. There's gonna be some problems. But I mean, this how I look at it, bro. Like, I think the conversation that you were having, multiple conversations you were having on Twitter was, it's a black culture thing, but it's also an American culture thing. Yeah. And it's a black American culture thing.
It ain't no black in America.
Exactly.
Right. Jesse Jackson made up black, my nigga. Like, right.
Yeah, and it's like, you go to Africa, nigga, call yourself black over there.
They gonna be like, oh, you from Americas.
Exactly. Tell me how that works out. You know what I'm saying? So
they're not that.
With this, to me, man, I look at it from multiple different ways to look at it. One, from a straight up hip hop fan perspective, I felt re-energized as a fan because we all grew up in the era, but it's happened all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's people here who on the internet, and I have to keep reminding myself, back to back, the Meek battle was almost 10 years ago. Yeah, it was almost 10 years ago. So there's people who were like 24, 25, who were 14, 15 when this is going on. So they were 1 year old when they remember Jay versus Nas.
Right.
And this, to me, I believe, is the biggest battle in hip-hop history. Just because of where these two dudes in their career, they're way more successful at this point in their careers than I believe Jay and Nas were at their point in their careers. Nas coming down a little bit. Jay was still was I think that's when Jay just started being acknowledged as the best at that time. Kendrick and Drake have been at the top of their game for at least the last 10 years. So this to me is why it was exciting and seeing it from that. But as a straight up Kendrick Lamar fan, as a guy who I've been a fan of West Coast rap even before I moved to LA, and somebody who lived in LA for 10 years, I felt very vindicated this weekend. I'm sorry, I did, because it's what I've been saying about Drake and what Kendrick said on the record. Keep making your song, maybe put my hands in there. Keep making the control. Keep making the songs that I want to hear when I'm out. You know, if you with a female, if you out at the party or something like that, that's what I want to hear. But when it comes to this rap stuff, bro, you not built like that, G.
I want to know.
Go ahead, Dawson.
No, but it's my thing. Like, and you know, obviously, you see my name. I made that name about like 15 years ago. So it, you know, I still think Kendrick won, but at the same time, not even, bro. But at the same time, his responses, if we talking about raps, they were good. They just weren't better than the competition. So that's what made this so great. It was the fact that we finally asked for this. We've been waiting for this. It's been building. They've been sending subs both ways. And now you have it where they actually go at it. And now they're going back to back to back to back. And, you know, you talked about the back to back being 10 years ago. We could take it a little bit further. Like a lot of the people commenting on this conversation, they don't remember when niggas would just run the Hot 97 and drop a freestyle on a nigga. Like, they wasn't listening to 300 bars and running. They wasn't out here when people were really taking real shots. That's why I didn't like when people were just saying, "Oh, it's messy," they just taking shots at each other and throwing dirt. Like, yeah, nigga, that's what the beef is.
Very soft.
Like, that's what rap beefs are.
I thought that was crazy because, like, y'all say that this messy. I saw some rapper, we won't speak on his name, but a rapper went on an interview and said that it was just chatty patty, it was messy. And I'm like, but if you ask these rappers who they favorite rap beat disses was, is that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, or what was the other one? I bust on your baby's car seat.
On your baby
Left
seat.
condom on your baby seat.
That's not messy.
The only real great, there's a couple of them, but like fucking No Vaseline, Real Motherfucking G's, like even those are even Real Motherfucking G's is speculative. But
rap beef became messy when KRS-One said that Roxanne Shante is basically for everybody. G, it was a long time ago when rap beefs got messy.
Yeah, see, oh man, I got so much.
Go ahead, man.
To say in so little time when it comes to that piece. First of all, I mean, y'all have y'all tribalism, but y'all tribalism ain't like what I've seen on the internet. Like, I've seen people who act like they're about to go to war for Drake, go get a OVO tattoo on their arms or whatever. I think that shit is lame. You can like an artist, but still be objective, right? I've seen people who have said that Kendrick has to prove the allegations against Drake, like Drake ain't throw no allegations at Kendrick Lamar. And even with that right there, which I was talking about, oh, this is messy, this is chatty patty. But when you say what was your favorite diss song, is that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West Side, like the whole intro to going way too far started with that song right there. And even though Vaseline is chatty patty and messy, every beef is messy because you probably know something about somebody you're rapping against. You're not about to rap against somebody in no battle and talk about the sun, moon, and stars and why you better than this person because you got this many bars and all of that stuff. No, the whole point of a battle has always been to embarrass your opponent. And in a sense, that's what Kendrick did to Drake, because he took his formula and he basically ran with his shit. And even if he don't got an 11-year-old daughter, now let's remember, there's a lot of bitches out here that said they got pregnant by Drake. We know this. We've had even women say that, hey, he forced me to get an abortion. We know this. This is stuff that is not old.
There is actual video of the internet,
actual
right
videos
now.
And all of that stuff right there. So even if they were feeding him information, which I doubt, because if you was feeding a nigga information and you got him, oh, there's a video, be like, oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar, yeah, K-Dot. Yeah, man, Drake got an 11-year-old daughter that he trying to hide, fam. Hell yeah, G. Talk about that shit in the rap. Got this nigga, y'all. And there'd be a video of that shit. There'd be a video of you embarrassing this nigga, giving this nigga false information. Until that comes out, then that shit is speculative as well. Because there's many videos of women saying that this dude popped him and he didn't win goals. We wouldn't even know about Adonis if it wasn't for Pusha T. He would still be a secret out here in the world. So with that being said, unless Drake is also going to say that, hey, you know, here's the proof of, here's the photos of Whitney with her eye beat up, or here's the Ray Rice footage, then we ain't got nowhere to fight on either side. At the end of the day, it's how good these tracks are, how much do you embarrass your opponent. And Drake and Kendrick Lamar is like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Was Manny Pacquiao decent in that fight? Yeah. But Floyd was just that damn better. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just happy that Drake showed up. I'm not saying that I'm shocked that he didn't.
Can I have a comment on what you just said?
Go ahead.
When you say I'm happy Drake just showed up, that's the problem right there. We don't view that nigga as one of them ones when it comes to rapping to begin with.
But he raps. He raps.
He rapped. No, that. So let me.
No, but what I'm saying is, you say I'm glad he just showed up. That means you didn't have high expectations.
No. Let me finish. I'm glad he showed up, and I'm glad he showed out. So glad he showed up because normally we will still get subliminal ass disses. Like when these things happen, we normally get subliminal ass disses. Like that pops out, it's more direct. and Drake came through. It wasn't subliminal and all of that stuff. I'm glad that the subliminal shit stopped and everybody came through and showed up. I thought Drake would handle himself well. To be honest, I thought Drake would win this because of popular opinion. We got a whole bunch of people out here that are OVO stands, and as soon as Drake put out something that's good for the clubs, everybody dancing and shit, then all of a sudden it's Drake won. You still got people to this day arguing that Drake beat Pusha T all because he gave it a bop. You got the back-to-back shit. Back-to-back is the most boppiest ass diss record of all time. Thought he was going to give us that shit. No, Kendrick said, no, I'm going to beat you at my game, your game, and everybody else that you've battled game as well. So, hey, it turned out to be good for the culture. And it looks like it's over with. And honestly, I'm glad it is because I'm tired. Because the only thing that I dislike that other people might love is that I just didn't like shit coming out so damn quickly. Give me some shit to digest, fam. I am on a boat working, and then next thing you know, I would come downstairs like, yo, let me go talk to the team. This out. Boom, got the whole boat rocking. And then another disc come out. Oh, shit, they ain't dropped again. Oh, shit, this nigga done dropped again? God damn, I'm trying to work. That's the only thing that I personally, because I was so busy already, that I didn't like. But other than that, man, hey, this was a great moment for him.
That's what changed the fight to me because I feel like it was a close fight at first. I feel like if you want to use this in NBA terms, like that was like that wasn't even like a game yet. Like that was like I guess it's like that was like game one. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick was like, yo, I'm gonna go out here. I've been trying to do this for 10 years. Let me get it, buddy, real quick. And Drake came with it. Push-ups was hilarious. Push-ups, good diss. Came out with it. How you big step with a size 7 shoe on. Pipsqueak pipe down. These are funny things. Funny. Very funny.
Over you, all of that.
Yeah, Taylor, the Swift freestyle. I put it like this. I thought it was funny. There was a lot of problematic stuff in it, but I thought the idea was actually funny. But this is where the nigga lost the battle, and it had nothing to do with the rap. My opinion of Drake on the rap side hasn't changed much. And that's because, like I've been saying this for almost a decade, and I'm going to keep saying it. Meek Mill was a martyr to me. He had to die, but he changed my opinion of Drake as a rapper forever in a way that Drake will never be able to change it back for me. Everybody else can get over that. I can't get over reference tracks. Especially, we saw more reference tracks drop over these last 6 weeks of other joints he had where niggas like Yachty writing for him.
The whole verse.
Yeah, for me, I will never get over that, and I would just always look at him as an entertainer. So I do respect the fact that he didn't back down. He called names, and he went with it. But here's the difference when it comes to a nigga who's just on fire running a good 2-minute drill instead of a Bill Belichick type nigga. Now, the move here that won this for Kendrick puts out Euphoria, which to me is still the best thing out of all of this. Euphoria is everything like about Kendrick. It's good dissing, good music, everything. When Drake puts out Family Matters was supposed to be the red button that everybody been hyping up. Maul and all them niggas, all them OVO niggas. This is the red button.
OVO Podcast Network.
OVO Podcast Network. Everybody, this is the red button right here. It was a really good song. Third verse, some of Drake's best rapping. Period. But the best move, Kendrick, if Kendrick would even let that rock for a night, I think we have a different conversation here. If he even lets it rock for a night, I think we have a different conversation. But he doesn't even let it rock 60 minutes. And he drops up Meet the Grams, which is some of the most vile, sinister.
This nigga's a psychopath.
If there was anything else, I don't learn anything. No, I learned from that. Kendrick ain't right in the head. I was like, that boy's crazy. That's what I got from that. That to me is what lost it. And then the next he follows up with Not Like Us. Now you got a banger that people love. And that's what brought it home for me. And Drake knew that because Drake wasn't prepared. If Drake really was throwing out false information, as soon as Meet the Grams comes out, here's this screenshot. Here's this voice conversation of me feeding you that wrong information. If you really gave him information about the 11-year-old daughter, why when the song came out, you put out a picture of yourself in your Instagram story. Well, hey, where's my 11-year-old daughter? And you call Act. I give y'all $10,000 if you find my daughter. That don't sound like somebody had that plan.
It sounds
So
like
that
somebody
to
with a
me,
strong NDA, my nigga.
you know,
Right.
Super strong. Cuba.
that's
But
what that sounds like to
hey,
me.
how that size 7? I ain't know a size 7 could put that on somebody's neck that long, that hard, bro.
No,
A size
yeah, I'm about to
7.
say to Scott point, like I really think Meet the Grams that kicked off that third quarter Golden State run where it was like, oh shit, because it's like Drake is always the guy who has the court of public opinion. Like it's always he gonna make a banger. And like you said, Family Matters is a really good song. Like fuck the bullshit. Like it's really good, all three parts, especially the end. But I mean,
Video good, everything. That body's 99%
everything.
of rappers. 99% of rappers are done after Family Matters.
But to me, that also proves the leak because for him to answer you immediately with the response to everything you're saying, because obviously it took Drake longer because he had to shoot the video. So they found out he was shooting the video, got the song, and he had his response ready. But that literally stomped any moment. That's like when the coach called a timeout and like, all right, we finna go bust their ass. That stopped any momentum that Drake had. And for him to drop Like Us, beat him at his own game, like after you already beat him to the timestamp song, it was like, okay, no, he's really running laps around this nigga. And like again, I'm a Drake fan, and I do think one thing that was really exposed to him when we always talk about people who would just jump into colorism and all this other shit. No, the main point of a lot of this is the cultural disconnect. Because like you said, the Pac AI was a major miscalculation because that's one legacy people don't play with. Like he could have did the Snoop shit and tried to be funny, and you see that nigga, he posted it himself, so he probably could have got away with that. But when you bring Pac into it, that's a completely different level.
Do you want to know my theory about that YN Melly lyric? I want to know if y'all agree with me on that. I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this.
I heard
Somebody said that he was talking about Snoop.
That's my theory. My theory is nigga, keep it cute. Like I saw you talking about the song, like that's my theory. Not knowing how crazy Kendrick is, that's just my theory.
You see Top say, hey, now shit's been exposed, and we see how cats are. And shit. So we'll be dealing with that next. So that would not be a surprise to me.
Mind you, there's been plenty of outlaw niggas over the years who say that over the past couple of years, Snoop been like throwing little sneak disses at Pac. So I mean, that's gonna be an interesting conversation.
I just think at the end of the day, like y'all said, that it was a great trolling Kendrick did, but behind the bars, like you said, the timestamp joint, and not just that, but the first verse of it was just like Drake raps those songs. And then the second one, he was like, all right, let me stop playing with you, and I'm finna rap straight to you. But people are like, I've been seeing a lot of people ranking Meet the Grams low on the list of songs. I think Meet the Grams might be the most diabolical of all the songs.
100%.
Just because he went
absolutely
Stan Eminem type of shit. I'm speaking from a perspective of y'all family therapists, and I'm gonna help you all through this mess because this guy here, he clearly doesn't get it. He's not right in the head, and y'all need to stop supporting this shit. Adonis, you gonna listen to this song when you 18 and wondering why you an outcast because you look the way you look, and you gonna realize it's your daddy's fucking fault, my nigga. I think that song is clearly the best. Like Euphoria is the best diss. But that song to me is the second best diss to me because he dissed the whole family and he broke them down. I feel like to the point where they probably all called that nigga and was like, come on, dog. Like,
hey, I saw a tweet, and I wish Pav was here because I want an explanation.
Oh, you'll get your explanation tomorrow on Summer Sessions.
Because
we're not letting that nigga out of this.
Yeah, because I saw a tweet that said that Dennis Graham, Drake's daddy, was trying to finger chicken Delilah.
I saw that. I saw that.
Hold on, you don't even need Pav for that. I can answer that question for you right now. I done been to enough LA night spots to know that Dennis Graham be out there wilding. I can say that much.
He's a wild boy.
I can
wild. Hey, Jay Electronica, bro. Let me just say this, man. Because
speak on it, brother.
He drew this line in the sand that he was Team Drake, and it was really because he didn't really capitalize off the control shit. The control shit broke his heart. I got a problem with a nigga who I really respected. I like his music. I think he's important, but I got a problem with a nigga choosing Drake's side. I'm gonna just say Drake's side. Y'all know what the fuck I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
We're not gonna say it, but we're gonna say
around
it.
with the people behind you on every performance. You got the shit dangling from your chest. You walk around with a bow tie. But I'm like, I should never expected no more from a nigga who dated a Rothschild. But it's just crazy to me how you doing this again. And then I'm supposed to, like a nigga who got so much anxiety so he won't even finish his record. But then you turn around and try to come at Kenny all because of a control verse. Like, I just felt like, man, a lot of niggas was picking sides in this shit who were not even OVO guys. They were people who really wish they was affiliated with OVO.
Bro, you go to the next thing I want to talk about. And the reason why this was also why I'm happy it's over, the internet ruins everything. Yes. It's not just rap, it's everything. There was so many people on the timeline who were trying to act like they just this unbiased person. And I'm like, cut the bullshit, okay? I'm not saying you got to be on the front lines for these niggas. I don't think I was on the front line for nobody. I'm telling you what I thought. I thought Drake's disses were cool. They just not what this nigga was putting out there. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. And like to me, it was just, for me, it was vindicating because when people say that he can rap like it's asinine to me. If you want to say Drake makes better songs, whatever, fine. But to say that he's a better rapper, that's why this whole thing is funny. And reason why Drake lost, because I really feel like Drake in his heart don't look at Kendrick as a peer. No. He still looks at him as the little nigga who was on a Club Paradise tour 13 years ago. He's not that guy no more, bro. He's not. And I feel like if you'd have took Kendrick seriously, maybe this would be a different thing. And I don't think it has nothing to do with Kendrick hating his success. I think Kendrick just hates what he stands for. Like, everything you represent about the game, I hate. Like, Drake wants his cake and he eat it too. He wants to be the biggest pop star and still be like the Jay-Z of this rap era and still have that credibility. You can't have both ways. Nope. Jay wasn't even a big pop star when he was number one. Nope. Jay's one of the few rappers who were able to be popular and be pop without a hit record. He didn't get his first hit record to that Alicia Keys joint. So that was a rare thing. So I feel like there's a lot of people who, you know, everybody say, well, you already picked a winner because you're a Kendrick fan. Drake fans did the same thing. That's how you know Drake lost. Because if Drake won, we wouldn't be hearing this pick a side stuff. It would just be like, oh, we told y'all Pimp Butterfly trash. Yeah. Y'all didn't listen to Mr. Morale. Y'all don't be listening to this nigga's music because if you did, the stuff that he says wouldn't make any sense. And when
still don't like Damn. I still don't like Damn.
That's fine. Damn. That's fine. You know, we all wrong about stuff. That's cool.
Hey, I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
No, I just want to say this real quick. And this is the thing I want to say about this. Like, to me, where everybody talks about what's true, what's not. Do I know if Kendrick beats his wife? No, I don't know that. I have no idea. But one thing I do know, there's no proof of this. Like, if I'm gonna do that in rap war, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna have a picture. I'm gonna have a police report. I'm gonna have some. You know what I'm saying? And then at least, and then you got her brother tweeting, "Oh, get him, bro." I tell you this right now. I don't care how much money a nigga got. Nigga beating up my sister. If there's anything I'm not gonna do is tweet about the nigga on Twitter. No. All right, that's one thing I'm not gonna do. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's one of those situations like, oh, well, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the household. But if nigga beating up my sister, first of all, nigga wouldn't be able to rap to begin with, number one. Right. Number two, I definitely wouldn't be tweeting. So you got that. But with the Drake thing, one, Drake showed his hand. There's a couple things. One, Drake said in the Taylor Made freestyle, yeah, go ahead and tell him I like little girls. What made you come with that verse? Like, there's a whole thread of videos. There's a video from like So Far Gone era where he's like, oh, how old are you? 17? Why are you so thick like that? Like, what? Like, there's video of Millie Bobby Brown talking about they used to go to dinner when she was 13. What grown man goes to dinner with a 13-year-old girl who isn't their daughter or their niece? That's sicko stuff. So there's more proof to that than there is to whatever Drake is saying. And like I said, that's not saying that I don't know. And honestly, even if Dave Free was the father, whatever, why do I care? Like, what they got to do with me, nigga? Like, so to me, it was just too many different things that Drake just looked unprepared. And why it looks crazy. And you got all these other people. Drake, for 2 weeks, was badgering this nigga. Oh, I'm going to be the human, make you respond. No, you got to come for this one. No, ducking this one. So when Kendrick keeps shooting, now it's, well, I know you got your little 10 songs or whatever. Oh, I like your little record. Nah, nigga, you can't do that. The last minute and a half of the Heart Part 6 was sound very Jay-Z people's talking, but Jay was just crying for a minute and a half about Nas. And that's what, as much as I love Hov, I was like, nigga, get out of here. You lost. As much as I love Hov, y'all know I am not a Nasir Jones fan whatsoever. But when he went on there crying on the radio and was just like just frustrated on people talking, that's what I heard from Drake. And I'm just like, all right, that's it with that right there. So everybody got cut the crap, man. We all got our favorites. Let's stop acting like everybody was just in this for the culture. Like, get out of my face with that, dog.
Hey, wop, God fuck him up. Wop. I'ma do my stuff. He was, hey man, listen, man. He said he put that boy in the fucking backwood, and he did. I smoked 3 of them today, not woods, but yeah, we put them out there. I just gotta say, as a person who I introduced a lot of people to both of these artists when I heard them the first time, and I was really a fan of, like, my girl asked me, like, on some deeper shit. She was like, what could he have done to be more accepted into the black part of the culture without being like a leech on everybody else, pretty much? And I'm like, if he'd have just stayed with the comeback season shit, I think that would have helped him. It wouldn't have made him as big as he is, though. But
yeah,
comeback season, Drake, you fit that little bill of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm mixed, but I get it. He don't get it. That's the problem he got.
Nah.
He mixed, but he don't fucking get it. Like, this nigga, somebody said, why don't he ever? And this is funny because now it's a thing, like, we all the same kind of black, but like somebody was like, how come he don't ever he never talks about social issues in his music? And then somebody was like, man, he's Canadian. And then everybody was looking stupid as fuck, like, oh damn, you right. This nigga not from here. Why would he speak on some shit he don't know? Like,
and
but
not like, only that,
why he's out.
Yeah, bro. And not only that, like, we keep talking about the culture. Like, a prime example, like, J. Cole don't get this type of treatment, and it's a reason for that.
Carolina.
J. Cole has always been known as the conscious rapper. You know, that's when he first came out. Even though now, you know, he's more broad with who he works with and things like that. But it's never been a question about his dedication to the culture. It's like, we know J. Cole is right.
He's more part of the South. Like, he don't have no choice. Even though he was like, and that's a bigger difference between him and Drake. Like, Drake, he was on TV when he was in high school, bro. Motherfuckers like J. Cole was in the hood with regular motherfuckers every day. So J.
Cole was in Forest Hills with all them Queens niggas when he was going to St. John's.
Yeah. Like, he was trying to be a good kid for real in a mad city. Like, the nigga was really out here. So I'm not trying to. He's the biggest loser here. But no. Yeah, he is.
No, he's it. That's nothing. We gotta stop saying, oh, I understand. Like, yeah, we get it, D, but you should never record that song, bro. Like,
because let's start here though. For the last 2 years, remember, he was the one out of the 3 of these niggas, he was the one always claiming, don't nobody want no smoke. I'm the best rapper. And it's on everybody's record. And then when it came time for real smoke, that nigga said, hey man, I don't want y'all knowing about me mining fucking diamonds instead of hooping in Africa for real. And that was a cover. I'm about a lot of this beef. Y'all doing way too much for me. Somebody said his dreads was fake. Like, I don't want to know. Leave me out.
I saw something on Twitter that said that Schoolboy Q
called that nigga.
Told him, was like, nah, don't do it.
I really ain't playing about this one. I bet money when that nigga called K-Dot and said, hey man, I thought this was a lyrical miracle battle. That nigga probably just laughed real hard. Menacing laugh. And hung up the phone like a fucking evil genius.
And on top of that, Drake do white people stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we've had many conversations on the show about, you know, mix and stuff like that as we've had the Patrick Mahomes conversation. But you know, there's one thing that Patrick Mahomes does that Drake don't do. Patrick Mahomes at least like, yeah, I'm a black quarterback, but I do have a white mother, so I identify to both. You know what I'm saying? Like when Pat goes up there and he's like, yeah, I consider myself a black quarterback. Drake do stuff that only white men do. Like the let me get the cease and desist record out there. Like, you know, which to like that thing, which he said cease and desist for hoes, and Metro's like, well, nigga, look at this.
Right.
This says you actually trying to do that.
I saw 2 different people post that thing. Metro posted it and somebody else posted it.
And then you got the older videos from Toronto. Oh, that's real ignorant. And the way he said nigga with the ER, like, it's just,
he's a real nigger.
Yeah, like it's just bro. Like, come on, man. Like, it's
Called
Man,
us
look.
slaves, man.
Yeah,
Don't no
nah.
nigga say
The
nigga like
rappers for
that.
the
Like,
slaves. I said, this nigga's crazy.
he said
I
something
want
like
to
you want
see.
to free the slaves. Like, why is that a bad thing?
I want to see Drake's black cousins. I want to see his cousins, the black cousins.
Where his Memphis cousins at?
Yeah,
I
where's Memphis
actually have
cousins?
seen his Memphis cousins, and they look real Memphisly. Like they real Memphis cousins. They
Okay.
definitely real. They real blacks. But I
But
know I could
he didn't
tell
take
they
that
was
home
just
with him.
there. I could just tell they was there because he Drake,
They
not
paid
because
him
they
to
just
do
because he.
No, not when he was. I want to see the interactions before
Oh,
he was
you want
Drake.
baby
See, see, I want to see those interactions. See, Pat Mahomes, it's clear Patrick Mahomes then kicked it with all of his cousins
it. Right. Yeah.
on his daddy's side.
Yeah.
It is clear. You can
Mhm.
say what you want about Pat. You can say his choice of women, his voice, all of that. No, it is very clear to me that Pat Sr. made sure that he kicked it with his cousins when he was around, when they was in town, or he went to go see them. Look, anybody that has family in Mississippi knows this. You live in Chicago, right? Put the screen on everybody because I want to see Laro's face too. Because because I don't know about y'all too, but I think Larry know what I'm talking about here. You live up north, your Mississippi cousins all already thinking you're rich.
Yeah.
You're already thinking you got it. You live up north, you got all of this. So when you come down there, they try to test you. Now they can figure out that ain't shit sweet, or your ass is a lame up north. I think Patrick, he ain't the lame up north. The cousins respect him.
Yeah.
Drake, I would love to see those interactions with him and his cousins because essentially Drake is the out of town kid. He's the out of town kid.
Hey,
So basically, you want to know if he's cousin or buddy ass.
Exactly.
he buddy ass because I just sent this picture to Scott of him as a youth.
This picture's hilarious.
And
I'm gonna
he
put
looks
this in the
like
group
he's
chat.
cosplaying as they cousin, nigga. Like he looked like he's faking he got on it looked like maybe could be a FUBU jersey and a white do-rag. Hey man, if he don't look out of place on this picture, I'm fucking blind. That's all I
just
can
sent this
say.
to the group chat. Y'all can see it. It look like
That's all I can say, man.
His uncle
All I
look
know
like
is
Party.
Yeah, see? Yeah, nah,
you
Jack.
100% right though. Like it's a test on your the biggest test on a nigga from our city's blackness is how Southern people, your Southern family respect you. That's the biggest test.
100%.
It's the way you respond at the barbecue. It's the way you respond in sports. It's the way that you respond to regular cultural things. And it's simple. They gonna beat you up. It's gonna be for fun, but they gonna beat you up. You gonna have to fight back. If you don't fight back, you already know what you is.
Yep.
But that's how the test goes. And you 100% right. Like I got family in Arkansas, got family in Texas. Some of my people from Georgia, I never met them before, but anytime I go to the South, it's a test until you been there so long. Like you start going through, you become one of them in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you said, it's family reunions, it's all types of things that you can tell he missed. And partially is because he was on TV. Some of it also got to do with the fact that your daddy was a fucking recording artist on the road who don't give a fuck and just knocked up some lady in the city and just had to take. I don't even know if he took care of you. The way you rap, it don't seem like he ever took care of you. It seems like you're threatening for a lot of shit, but you still bring them in because what you need a nigga to be in this nigga shit. Ain't that right, bro? You need a nigga, white boy, to be in this nigga shit. Like,
or one of the most racist things in NBA history said, but was fact. Sometimes these niggas need a nigga. Sometimes these niggas need a nigga. Who's that? The owner of the Suns who said that?
Yeah,
the dude who just had to sell the team.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the Suns are on
the facts. I hated that
these niggas need a nigga.
I hate that he said it, but he won line.
It was facts. Niggas need a nigga, bro. You can't just win without a nigga. Like, it's just impossible. Like, and that's what another thing people don't understand about this cultural thing. Like, I was like, man, understanding us is understanding that we are protective of our culture. And this was towards Vlad, which I had some Drake fans like, why you coming to Drake, basically? I'm like, this is about Vlad. Y'all are so bad. Y'all so mad y'all lost. Anything is about black people. Got to be about Drake. Anyway, it's like about understanding that what we have to protect is because this is the last thing that we kind of got control of. And then Gino, he hit me. He was like, man, dude, we don't control it. You think we control that? And it's like, nah, financially, we don't necessarily control much of any of our shit no more. We only control like the most control we got is a damn dice game right now. But we control the way things go. And without the streets, which is gonna be we're gonna see what's gonna go on with this Drake thing, because the way that Kendrick dissected that Atlanta thing, I don't know how many of those artists are gonna continue, even though I know niggas be thirsty, they don't give a fuck. But how to like I forgot what I said.
I get what you're saying. I think it's really just trying to see about how all this is gonna play out over these next couple months. Because
Like
I feel like
go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say I feel like, you know, word on the street is Kendrick got an album coming out, and I've heard from a couple people who I know, and I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm a music industry insider, but I do know a couple people who, you know what they be talking about.
I've heard that on more than one occasion as well.
Okay, well, yeah, if Bang heard it, then yeah,
I heard it too.
And actually, Drake said it on the Heart Part 6. Like, yeah, we know you got an album coming out. This to me can be Kendrick's biggest moment right here, because now Kendrick not only got his fans with him, this is like your championship parade, basically.
It's like everybody's like looking in to see, okay, you got our attention now.
Yeah.
What you finna do.
Exactly.
And I do think it's kind of good because he been rocking with Baby Keem a little bit. That's gonna keep him a little youthful and maybe help him produce songs that everybody may like.
Yes.
I pray to God that we can get songs people want to hear. Cause like
that's why I love them.
It is. They'd be like, man, it's fucking you not like us. That's what I try to tell her. But you know what I'm saying? Like this shit. Like I need him to give me a few of them. Just a 5-song tape of it.
But that's why I like Damn so much. Damn to me gives me the best of Pimp Butterfly and the best of Good Kid and puts in one album.
I want
I think he's gotten to the point.
I'm sorry, I just want the last record that he dropped, if he dropped one more disc, to be with Metro. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Give me one with Metro and then be out.
Yeah, I can see that. But no, I think because he's leaned so heavily into, you know, creating these timestamp pieces that are more like art projects as opposed to like with Drake. Drake makes, you know, damn near playlists where it's just a gang of songs. You know, you're going to rock with at least 10 or 12 of them. And he's going to give you 19. But like with Kendrick, he's going to give you a 14-song project. Or, you know, Mr. Morale was a little bit longer, but it had hella skits on it. So, you know, I agree. I think this is a moment for Kendrick where he can really drop an album that like really he's already up there as one of the elite artists, will possibly catapult him with so many of the people in the music industry and just fans in general feeling like he just waved the white flag and it was just like, yeah, I'm out of here.
And I'll say this, and we can kind of, you know, wrap it up with this. I'll say this. I'm not delusional. Drake's career is not done. Drake is honestly, I think this, if he is about to go on a break, this is about to be the best thing for him. Drake should have been going on a break long time ago. Sit down for a couple months, come back, drop you a banger, and we all good. And this thing too, I like Drake's songs, bro. I like Drake's last 3 albums. I really enjoy.
Yeah, too.
I enjoy For All the Dogs, bro. I love that album. So he put out another one, it's fine. But Kendrick right now has got the belt, and it's funny, like, and I know these publications aren't like hip hop publications, but you got Rolling Stone out here like, yo, the rap war is over. This nigga's the king.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you put out a diss and the number one trending topic on Twitter is Drake. Like, Drake knows these things. Drake knows he lost. You know what I'm saying? So Kendrick right now, he need to put out this album. You know what I'm saying? Drop the Not Like Us video. Give us another single. Put the album out. Then he can go back into hibernation. But he's got to take advantage. Just the number one thing I love from all of this is that TDE is still his family. Like, he's not on TDE anymore. He's been off TDE for 2 years. But that's still his family. And just way they rallied around on the way LA rallied around. This nigga Drake said, I give more love your hometown than you. Niggas was like, oh, okay. Bet. I saw a video. All the OGs was driving down Crenshaw on like they do every Sunday. Every Sunday over there by the Crenshaw Mall. Joints is playing it. And all these DJs. And some people say, oh, it's just LA. No, nigga, those clubs in New York. Clubs in Atlanta. This is hitting everything, bro.
Yeah.
And this to me can be Kendrick's victory lap. And just really kind of like put the crown on it, and he looks at it as, all time. He shot up the ranks a little bit.
Yeah, he can't come back. He can't come out with a artsy ass album.
Nope.
Nah.
He can't drop this and then give us I'm going back to Africa.
Right.
Going back to Africa, going back to Africa. Like you can't do that shit. He got it now. He got to give us some classic
Do
West
it for the
Coast
city.
shit that we could
Do it
gang
for your
bang.
city, bro. At least do it for your city.
Nigga,
Twist
call
your ankles
quick.
around.
Call quick.
Call. I seen Terrence Martin said they working already. Like
Terrence working with call Battle Cat, nigga. Let me get a Battle Cat joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Need some
get
shit
Black
to bounce
Hippie.
to, cuz.
Yeah, call Scissor, nigga.
Bring Black Hippie together one more time.
We ain't heard of Black Hippie.
They all keep saying it's over with. Bring it back one time.
Give me the Not Like Us remix with Black Hippie, or do different remix. Give me a Compton remix. Throw YG on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want you to slut him out for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then just have a good time. Had a whole city. Had this nigga Drake when he go to these cities. Every place he go, the niggas is yelling, "Oh, ho!" Like, yeah, I might not be putting out another disc, but you gonna feel this for the next 4 months.
I want him to feel it for the rest of the summer. And just before we get out of here, you said that Drake, maybe he needs to sit down. You don't got that much time. That contract say you got to get up and get to work, my boy. You want to run around and tell everybody you can sign that $400 million slave fucking deal? Go crazy, my dude. I know majority of rappers who know something about anything would never sign a deal like that. But hey, have your fun. Take your little 2 months off and come on back with that new album with Sexy Red. But I hope he take his break. I really pray, because I do enjoy some of Drake's music. I hope he take a break and cut that shit out his fucking head, man.
Did y'all notice that Lil Wayne said nothing?
I did. I noticed that.
Certain type of silence speak volumes, bro.
Like nobody. Wayne said nothing.
Wayne also gonna act like he don't know nothing about what had happened to him.
Yeah.
But Wayne is both of their dad in a way too. So I'm not gonna if these kids fighting, whoever win, and then y'all come hug me.
Hey, I be in my house skateboarding. I be in my house skateboarding. I don't be seeing that. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what Drizzy doing.
I could never.
And Mac Man need to shut the hell up.
Mac Man, you got a million series of tweets of you talking about you can't wait till a girl turns legal.
What are we doing?
Good. You said it on a hit record that I think they cut off a lot of times before it finished.
They do.
Good. That's not good. Mac Man, you had the verse on the record. That's not that nigga wasn't that the record where Drake said he loved her Sushi Roll? Or is that another?
No, that's the record.
I love her Sushi Roll. That's that's my favorite bars, man. She high like Hasabi.
Yeah, this nigga Drake sharing room with a little twist.
Ricky Bobby. Make me dance, nigga. Cause you ain't got bars like that.
Make me dance, nigga. Drop another controller.
I know y'all finna get up out of here. We a little past time. I stand today and say Kendrick Lamar. I already said that he was my top rapper when we had started this shit, but now the big three is literally him, and him.
Yes.
Okay, we got to stop this bullshit. I know y'all don't want to cry sometimes when you hear music. I know y'all don't want to listen to it too deep and all that goofy shit. By the way, the last album, he had some hits on there. He had a few fucking bangers on there that motherfuckers sleep on because
Talk about Mr. Morale?
Yeah, Mr. Morale had some shit on there.
First time I fucked a white bitch. That's my shit.
Now niggas want to act like 2 summers ago they went to my run up in the bitch like pew. Niggas want to act like okay, all right.
N95 is my shit.
That video when he was getting rapped when he got out rapped by a girl. He wrote the fucking raps, nigga.
Hey, N95 hard.
Man,
it's a couple joints on there.
Hard. Rich Spirit.
Rich Spirit. Come on, man.
They act like they don't like Kodak Black now. All of a sudden,
I played that shit with my wife in the car. My wife looked at me like, "Fam, what is you playing?"
Bro, ain't you?
And this is the last thing I gotta say. Everybody talking about picking sides. You know, you grown niggas out there still don't listen to Ja Rule because of 50 Cent. Get out of my face. When the last time you played The Last Temptation, nigga? Get out of my face.
Damn. Ja, and then they start crying. I've seen niggas literally like when we be in the club, I play a Ja record here now, and they be like, "Damn, Ja," and then they got like a tear in their eyes welling up. I understand, bro. The nigga died.
Man, I watched him perform this weekend, fam.
Ja,
yeah,
he got that fire.
He's on the cruise.
Yeah.
Hey, cruises. Was you on a cruise when Ralph pulled up on Bobby?
Yeah, I was.
Nigga, I'd have been on that joint.
Hey,
Sensitivity, nigga. That's my joint.
G. All right, the transition a bit. Hey, man. Hey, I love being around the OGs now. I do. I do. It's nothing like it. I sit there and watch Earth, Wind, and Fire old asses perform, and I was geeked. Like I was FaceTiming all of the homies and the wife because we get drunk and we sing Earth, Wind, and Fire. So to see them perform the way they perform, to see Bobby Brown tired ass perform, and then was like, "Yo, Ralph," and Ralph come down the stands to go to him, like to see all of that, man, to see Shaka Khan and all of that stuff. Hey, I was away from the rap shit anyway until the rap shit just started to blow up everywhere. But the OGs, hey, the OGs had it. And even still, like Ja Rule was gave a dope performance. And Ashanti did too. Pregnant as hell, dropping it low. I was like, yo, what the hell's going on here?
Every
But the
time I
old
see
heads got
I
Ashanti
it.
thought
pregnant,
I saw Ashanti on your page. I thought
Yeah.
it. I was like, damn, this nigga fucking Bang is out there with Shanti. He was on a
Yes.
fucking cruise.
bro.
She pregnant and shit.
Nigga, I've been in love with Ashanti for 20 years, my nigga. Well, I remember Jalen Rose. You had a Jalen Rose All-Star Classic
Yeah.
in 2003, I think it was 2002, 2003. It was had it at the United Center, and Ashanti
Yeah.
did halftime. She
I was
did the
there.
anthem. I took the chapter 2 poster off the power line, nigga, and I tweeted that. And Jalen Rose retweeted me like, "Oh yeah, I remember that's the last one I had when I was a Bull."
Yeah.
I've been in love with Ashanti since then, so I'll be watching like Nelly living my life, bro. Like,
Yeah. Hey. Yes.
Shout out to ASAP Rocky.
and
Good
I am
job.
an
Speaking of
indie.
St. Louis, shout out to Smino.
I'm an indie lifer, even though that indie Heartbreak album came out the year I was born. But my mama is a massive New Edition fan. I got all the albums, nigga. All of
Hey,
it, bro.
I'm just gonna say this, right? This is 2 times I've been on this cruise. 2 times. And Ralph has been on this cruise 2 times. I understand now. I get it. I get it. Like I am a New Edition fan as well. I'm talking about the fans, in particular, the women. Boy, when I tell you these women lined up for Ralph, they had this thing called Sing Your Supper, right? And then Ralph would just run around and get a mic to a woman, they'll sing, whoever win, they get free, whatever, right? Man, when I tell you these OG
Auntie still love
ladies,
that nigga. Auntie still love that nigga.
the aunties telling me, yo, G, you got to move out the way, son.
Mhm.
If you don't move out the way, we gonna knock your ass down. I'm like, ma'am, I'm just trying to film, get the content. I don't give a damn. When Ralph comes over here, your ass need to move. I said, ma'am, you know what? You got it. So I can only imagine what the 80s was looking like
for that nigga.
when these
my
niggas
God.
would be in malls
Yeah.
singing and shit.
Yeah.
And the women who was that age then, like that, how they are now, they was in their teens in the
I will
80s,
argue
running
that
around.
New Edition was the biggest R&B group of all time, and I say that because all of them had individual hits.
Yes.
All of them went multi-time platinum. Like I gotta go to that Vegas show. I gotta find somebody auntie to go with. But I need.
Yeah, I am trying to finesse my way to Vegas to go to the show. But no, you're right. I would agree with you because it's not just about the group. It is about the solo joint. Like if you get Johnny Gill doing my and rub you the right way, you got Bobby Brown and his hits. You got Ralph with his. You got Belle Biv DeVoe. Belle Biv DeVoe might have the greatest song in the 90s. The greatest song. And the shit came out in 90. So
and the greatest comeback album ever. Home Again, nigga. Hard.
Yeah, no,
I know he's on a run from the law right now, but you don't have to worry. Remix with Missy and Diddy, hard. That nigga Puff was like, don't forget about Ralph. That joint was hard, nigga.
Yeah, but no, look, Ralph showed me how lit it had to be for them back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about, fam, you move out my way. You move out my way. If you are in my way, you're getting trampled. I need to take a picture with Ralph. And Ralph was just like, yo, hey man, here's the mic. Yo, here's the thing. Matter of fact, if you look at my Instagram right now, you see one of the last pictures that we took on the boat. You know, he just came in with the team. No, most of that was my team that we did digital. He just, hey, yo, I'm up in the picture. So it's like me right here and Ralph right here. Ralph, and he an OG. Like he's not one of those OGs that is arrogant and
Cool
not
OG.
personable. And he's a cool ass OG. But to Earth, Wind, and Fire though, fam, these 70-year-old folks is killing these young niggas with performances.
Because they can perform.
Oh yeah.
So let
They
me
have
tell
their class.
let me tell you how cold this shit was, Jack. They missed their flight the night before. They got on the plane, got off it, changed clothes on the way there. I don't even think they did a sound check. They tuned up the band, getting there, all of the shit on there and everything. No Key Sweat one there, Orlando. Fuck you. They got on the goddamn stage, got the performing. You would have thought that they went through an immaculate ass sound check. And I'm talking about after the love was gone, Reasons, all them high notes for man. Look, man, these folks is 70 is out here that's taking more pride in their performances than these young dudes. And shouts out to Method Man and Redman too, and Scarface. Scarface, I've never seen Scarface live. I've never seen Scarface live, and he basically doing his Tiny Desk concert shit, you know, taking it on the roll and shit. Yo, Scarface, hearing Never See a Man Cry in person with a live band, hey man, you got it. And plus, that was the scariest rap song I've ever heard in my life. Like that shit made me scared to die.
On the next summer sessions we do, when we were talking about who's going to be the next artist who will be on the Earth Crown, who the next artist is going to be on the Tom Joyner cruise? Like the ones we got to talk about. Like
I don't know, but I will be there in 2025 with the OGs.
I gotta make one of them. But Laro, man, let people know where they can get in tune with you, man. Everything you got going on, bro.
You know what it is. Larry is Legend on Twitter. Larry is Legend 1 on Instagram. Just follow me. Keep up with me. Like I said, Coach Sellers still in the works. We got that coming and everything else. And y'all can just keep up with me. Follow me. I'm talking the same shit that I do in real life on the internet. So please don't believe that I'm some kind of mute in real life. I do the same thing everywhere the fuck I go. So y'all could stop the bullshit anyway. But yeah, that's where they can fuck with me at, man. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And you know what it is, you know what I'm saying? We running from them freaky ass niggas. Well, they really better run. They better run for their lives.
They better run for
their ass out.
Definitely, bro. We will holler at you next Monday.
Yes, sir. Y'all be safe. Have a great one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So let's get into what you guys watch the show for, and that is sports. So let's get into the first topic. The only reason Thomas didn't yell at me for an hour of rap content is because this is what people are talking about today. So usually he'd be like, well, nigga, let's talk about something else. But we're all good. We're in the clear. You know what I'm saying? We make sure the bosses is good up top. But let's get into something that happened last night. That actually happened in the middle of the Drake White Flag record. The roast of the GOAT Tom Brady happened in Los Angeles at the Kia Forum, or as I like to call the place where Magic Johnson got AIDS. Went down.
God damn, nigga.
Hey, bro, it is what it is. It is what it is. When I first time went to the forum, that's the first thing. I walked past the Forum Club door because it's still there. Says the Forum Club. I pointed. That's where it happened. Anyway, I digress. It was a roast of Tom Brady, hosted by Kevin Hart. Jeff Ross was there. If anybody was a comedy fan like me, you know Jeff Ross is the roast god. There was a couple other comedians there. Andrew Schultz. There was a couple other I haven't heard of before, but they were really, really funny. Sam J had in my opinion, the set of the night. And it felt like a Patriots roast, like a therapy session. Everybody showed up. And to me, I really enjoyed it for a couple reasons. Number one, Tom Brady looked very uncomfortable. He looked very uncomfortable at the beginning, to the point he even told Jeff Ross to chill with the Robert Kraft jokes, which I thought was working first. But Drew Bledsoe confirmed on Levitar today that no, Tom Brady was serious as hell when he told Jeff Ross to cool it. But I like how they didn't. It wasn't any what's the word I want to use? Like they were full problematic, is what I'm trying to say. There was
Yes.
any kind of jokes, any kind of community you thought they were gonna leave alone, they didn't. It was hilarious from top to bottom. There was, there wasn't a race that was untouched. There wasn't nothing that was untouched. I forgot the dude's name when one of the comedians told Grunk, "You look like the final boss in the George Floyd video game." I laughed harder than I've laughed in a long time, and I actually feel bad for how bad I laughed at that joke. You had that. You had Tom Brady was doing 9/11 jokes. The Aaron Hernandez jokes from top to bottom was crazy.
I'm about to say I wasn't about to cut you off, but Nikki Glazier, the Aaron Hernandez
That was
joke,
her
when she
name.
was
Nick.
talking to Randy Moss, and she was like, "Gronk has a ring, Aaron Hernandez has a ring around his neck." Like they were
I was like,
going
yo.
in, bro, and like. No, like from what I saw, I got to go back and watch the entire thing, but it was really great. But it also shows the love that Tom has for Robert Kraft, because he went over and, like you said, he broke the fourth wall. He said, "Don't fucking say that again." Like it wasn't a joke at all. He was dead ass serious. Like, nah, that's the boss. We don't play those type of games. But it was good. Like you said, he was uncomfortable at first, but you saw him really loosen up and start to lean into it. And I know this might rub some people the wrong way. I ain't gonna say rub them the wrong way, but I feel like we at a point where Kim K catches hell for no reason. Like
no reason. Leave that
woman ain't did nobody
leave
alone.
that Armenian queen alone. Okay.
Yeah, like she's just a bad bitch, bro. Like she really don't do nothing to nobody.
Looking bad with the Daenerys Targaryen here last night. Looking bad.
I was so confused, G, with the whole, and then of course she always gonna catch the black jokes. That's never gonna stop.
And she told a funny joke. The Bruce Jenner joke had me down.
Yeah, if you peep, she take a lot of shit in stride and just keep going. Yeah. So like that was interesting. But no, I think the roast was good. That's one thing I love about roast, especially now with the current state of comedy, the fact that everything that was the name off limits is not off limits.
Tony Hinchcliffe, he's the one who said the Gronk George Floyd joke.
But yeah, no, like the fact that at a roast we know nothing's off limits, everything is cool, and everybody there is going to really just laugh it off. You really appreciate that these days. So it was dope. It was dope. Shout out to Tom for even participating, because he's one of those athletes that people feel like he has the type of ego where he wouldn't do some shit like that, right? But he did it. He leaned into it, and then he cracked some jokes himself.
And I love how Kevin Hart the entire time was like, "Man, fuck you, Tom." He was like, "I told you, don't bring me here. Don't bring me here." Like there was different things about it. Those the Giselle jokes were just funnier and funnier.
Nigga, the one about the
trainer,
the trainer, the jiu-jitsu trainer jokes was off, man.
Kick your ass and fuck your wife. Like, no, she was going in. Like, she was really going in.
That nigga Kevin Hart said she was getting worked out 5 times a day. You didn't know. He said 5 times a day. You didn't know. But when that nigga, when Tom Brady told Kim Kardashian, "I know you're scared, not because of people that's around here, because your kids with their father tonight." I was like, excellent. And then Peyton Manning coming out closing the night, hilarious. The fact that we didn't know if Ben Affleck was on every drug at the time was hilarious. I just thought it was a good night. Bane, what do you think about the overall special? And I feel like Netflix they got the comedy game on lock, man.
Man, I was just happy to see pure, unadulterated filth comedy again. That's what I as somebody who loves comedy, it was good to just see just pure filth, unedited filth. So many raunchy jokes. I loved it. And Nikki Glazer was the MVP of that night to me. She killed it, man. And it's good to see somebody like that as a good sport. I'm older than y'all, so I don't know if y'all remember the infomercials that they used to have with the old school roast that like Red Fox and all of them used to do on Dean Martin and
my dad got old roast.
Yeah, like
roast.
Yeah, it's basically like that all over again. So I remember seeing them infomercials and being like, yo, these fools is out here wild. So it was just, of course, reminiscent of that and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I miss comedy like that. It was great seeing that. So I can't wait to see more of that. It's the Netflix comedy special is going on, I think, all this week. Actually, shouts out to Jay.
Our guy Jay, my man
Right,
Jay
shouts out to Jay
Washington.
Washington.
Netflix is a joke.
Yeah, he got a Netflix with a joke stage that he has going on. They got a number of stuff that's going on Netflix. Matter of fact,
I heard that cat shit was tough.
You say what?
I heard that cat shit was kind of
I started watching it, then I went to sleep. So I'm not gonna fully commit to it being Huff because I was tired as hell. But it put me to sleep in the beginning of it. But yeah, Netflix, they got the Netflix is a joke festival going on. They got a lot of stuff that's going on Netflix. John Mulaney got something that's going on. And John the Illuminati prom tonight.
Hey, bro, John Mulaney is hilarious. G.
Yes, and the Illuminati prom is tonight.
The Met Gala.
The Met Gala, aka the Illuminati prom is tonight. Is actually going on right now.
I didn't know John Mulaney was from the crib.
Yeah.
He went to St. Ives.
Yep. You know who I didn't know was from the crib, and I'm really mad at you, Scott, for not letting me know?
Who?
Kay Adams.
Yeah, Kay. I told you that. I told you that. I put that in the group chat. She went.
I know, but that's when I found out.
She went to Whitney Young.
Yeah, I did not know, and that's what, in the group chat. That's what I was like. Wait a minute, is she from?
Yeah, it's like she from the. I'm like, man, she go to like. I'm like, where she go? They're like, nah, she went to Whitney Young.
Like, I'm supposed to hate her
because when I think when they had I don't know, it was DJ Moore or Jalen Johnson. I think it was Jalen, and she's like, yeah, I'm from Chicago. Jalen, like from the suburbs. She like, no, I went to Whitney Young. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I like you even more now.
I hate Whitney. They wouldn't let me get in because they want to keep shit balanced.
Oh, so your beef with Whitney Young is like my beef with Morgan Park.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Like I got the grades. I
thought I was gonna be a legacy pickup.
All that.
Because all my cousins Morgan Park. They had a football award named after my cousin, and they told me no. I went to Curie because I had no choice, nigga. It was Curie or Bogan.
I was pissed. So, but she's good on TV. But yeah, I'm gonna probably watch that joint before after all is done. But yeah, man. Hey, shouts out to the Comedy Jack. We getting it back. It back. Let's bring back the raunchy, unapologetic jokes out here.
John Mulaney has Everybody's in LA, which is like his live streamed kind of like a late night type show. He had Ray J on episode 1, which was hilarious. He had Ray J and Jerry Seinfeld on the couch, which is one of those random pairings ever. And so that was pretty good, man. But yeah, I think also too, if you look at the way the Netflix is doing the live stuff, when they start doing Monday Night Raw, I think it's next year.
Yep.
Bengals, yeah, next year, they live stream is clean. Like,
yeah, it's super
clean 4K, wasn't no buffering. So Netflix is the only streamer. You tell the only streamer that makes money, but it was just good to see good old fashioned comedy, man. Like the first roast I remember ever seeing was Roast Emmitt Smith. Because Shaq used to host them roast, and that's the classic. I am your conscience.
I'm your conscience.
Yep. Well, with Doug
I just told another joke that did not land.
Yeah, that'll get him. Like, that's only I can watch that roast 100 times like I never saw it. Like, and Jeff Ross say Troy Aikman wanted to be here, but he got a concussion, opened up the invitation. Like, that's the kind of comedy I like, man. But salute to everybody involved. Let's move on to our next topic. Today, Pat Riley, the Godfather, had his season exit conference, I guess you want to call it, as he wrapped up the Miami Heat as they got eliminated this past weekend by the Boston Celtics. And he basically went on there and did what he did 10 years ago when LeBron left the Heat, basically focusing on Jimmy Butler and saying that we need Jimmy to be healthy. And, we know he's got a contract extension coming up, but we're not even going to look to renegotiate that until we have to a year from now. If he demands a trade, we're not trading him. Then they asked him about the comment he said, because Jimmy was a little drunk. He was having a little bit too much wine or whatever at the F1 thing over in Miami. And by the way, I don't know anything about racing, but I eventually got to go to F1 in Miami. That looks like it's a very fun event.
I would have stayed if that shit wasn't so expensive.
No, I need to.
It's like golf.
You see, as my homegirl Shaquille likes to say, let white people pay your way there. So when white people pay me to be there, I'll go.
Anytime you see sponsors like Rolex, shit like that, that's one of the big money events. Like, it's gonna cost a little more to get there. Even like they showed the food and like they were charging like $150 for nachos, my nigga. Like it was the shit was crazy.
Yeah, man. No. But Jimmy was the F1, had a little liquor, and he was saying, well, nigga, if I was playing, The Knicks wouldn't. He said the Celtics wouldn't be playing. The Knicks definitely wouldn't be playing. I'm trying to kill everybody, which is peak Jimmy. But that nigga Pat Riley wasn't trying to hit that. He said, man, I was looking at like, is Jimmy trolling or something? He said, look, if you ain't playing, you got to shut the hell up. And Pat old school. Pat one of the last Mohicans, bro. Like, and I really feel like this is the beginning of the end for Jimmy Butler in Miami. And I really feel like the Miami Heat in general need to just rebuild because this ain't working anyway. But Bang, what do you think about the comments that Pat Riley said and how it might set the tone for the Heat offseason?
Man, it's on brand. It was already rumors that it's been starting to be released that Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat might be headed for a divorce. So I think it's on brand. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but yeah, Pat Riley, like, fam, you wasn't out there hooping. Shut your ass up. If this is what we talking about, man, then bring your ass on up on the court. You was hurt. Shut your ass up. And the fact that he's saying it to his star makes it even more interesting. Now, the one thing that I will say is, okay, if Jimmy Butler is no longer on Miami, then, back to the ghetto you go. Because I don't see, like, Miami is one of those teams where, all right, LeBron made it cool for y'all to come down here. But when the cupboard is bare, what you gonna do? And so many times that Pat Riley can put his rings on the table and say, hey, look what I got here. You can get yours too if y'all come down there. There's so many times you could do that shit right there. And when you are the last of the Mohicans, yeah, some of these players, these younger players that are, coming into free agency, even right now, the CBA makes it easier for teams to keep you and make it more attractive for you to stay there. So I don't know if they want to get rid of Jimmy because I don't know what's going to be coming back. But once Jimmy leaves, back to the ghetto, you go.
I disagree in the sense that they are in a position that most teams aren't in, where they have an amazing structure already in place that they've shown consistently works over the years. And so with Jimmy, I think, and Shaq talked about this in this book, where like certain personalities are only going to last oh so long with Pat Riley. This is a matter of time before either you're going to want to leave or he going to want to leave. Because Shaq said it. It was like, you know how Shaq is, big guy cracking jokes. And Pat Riley had his ass in there on the medical bike with everybody keeping his heart rate up. And Shaq is like, no, I don't do this type of shit. So I think with a personality like Jimmy, it was going to be a matter of time before they clashed, especially when you're, injured in these big moments. And, Pat Riley is an extremely old school guy. So his whole thing is like, he's just immediately going to go to, well, you're not preparing enough. You're not here when we need you here the most. So therefore, all that, like you said, all that talk and all that extra shit, keep it to yourself. We don't want to hear none of that. And so I think going forward, having Eric Spoelstra, having Pat Riley, having Mickey Harrison, one of the best owners in the league, you still have a thing where, I know, Bang, you are very anti-Heat culture, but you can bring other players in there and still be a playoff team. They may not be a championship team, but they're one of those teams where they can consistently be, I think, outside of a few of the D-Wade years, they've been a consistent playoff team for a very long time. And I think with Pat Riley there, even if they move Jimmy, I think they'll make the right move. Just like when, LeBron tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired and he said, no, we're not doing that. That's not how we're going to do this thing. And so I think they're going to continue to be one of the consistent franchises in the league. And I know sometimes people frown on that because we're real, championships are bust. But I think, I think the Heat will be all right. I think Jimmy may be on the way out. I'm not sure where he'll go. I think, teams like, well, we'll talk about this later, but I think there's some certain teams that need to look for a guy like Jimmy. But that'll be interesting. But there have been rumblings that there's going to be a lot more movement than people anticipated this offseason. So we're going to see.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of movement this offseason in the NBA in general, like not just with the Miami Heat, but I do think this is the beginning of the end. And I think it's the beginning of the end because we always talking about people who don't like to be talked to certain ways. Jimmy Butler is one of the people where they don't like to be talked to a certain way. And then Shaq bringing up, you get rid of the Heat stuff, you don't want to hear that after a while. And I feel like also for the Heat, it wouldn't be a bad idea to move away from Jimmy Butler. And y'all know I'm a Jimmy guy. I've been a Jimmy guy since day one. But Jimmy, if he's not healthy, what's the point? Even when he is healthy, last year we saw in that incredible run to the NBA Finals, He was out of gas. Those little 40-point barrages he went on against the Knicks and against the Bucks and the Celtics. I don't know if he has that in him on a consistent basis. Now, he's up for an extension. I do think he's going to get through the rest of the season. I don't think anything's going to happen this season unless, Pat Riley just like, man, whatever, just trade this nigga and let's get over with. But I do feel like this is the beginning of the end. I don't think that we're going to be seeing Jimmy Butler in, long term in Miami. And I think it's a good thing then because, I hear what Dante, what you're saying about, them still competing, but you got to get championships. And especially with certain franchises, the Miami Heat are who the Bulls think they are. Even though the Bulls have more championships, the Miami Heat organization is who the Chicago Bulls, and to be honest, a lot of their fans think they are. So that's a standard of excellence. There's a standard of excellence that Eric Spoelstra demands. There's a standard of excellence that Pat Riley demands, that Mickey Arison demands, that I feel like they've got to eventually be able to legitimately win a championship. And I just don't think you're going to do that right now. So I do believe this is the beginning of the end for that. But
all right, real quick before you switch, I know we got to keep going. Orlando just made a good point. There are a lot of expiring contracts in Philadelphia. Do you think we could see a reunion with Joel Embiid?
No,
I don't. I wouldn't shock me, but I don't think so. Like the reason I say that because they have to trade him. And I don't see Pat Riley trading that nigga in conference.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is only because I feel like with Jimmy, like you said, it's always going to be that ceiling. Is he great? Yes, absolutely. But eventually, because of his skill set, he always hits a wall at some point. We've seen it X amount of years in a row where he hits this wall. And like I think a lot of times when you say these type of things, people take it as a knock or we like Jimmy not that. No, Jimmy is a very like I'm done. Like I retired from the Jimmy Butler hater club like 5 or 6 years ago. Right. And I get it. The nigga's nice. He worked. He looked like he fucking dribbling around cones in the gym, but it's efficient. It works. It is what it is. So I think it's to the point now where like he needs to be that 1B tier 2 guy on a championship team as opposed to trying to be the main hog. Because
if Jimmy Butler was on a team with Jokic, they run it up.
Oh no, they would be dominating.
They run it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel about that. But moving on to the next topic, let's go from one team that couldn't get it done and a team that still ain't got it done, a team that I covered. Los Angeles Clippers. I think all of us picked the Mavericks 2 weeks ago when we did our preview series because I knew Kawhi wasn't playing. I went Mavericks in 6. I really like this Mavericks team. We're going to get to that series with Oklahoma City in a minute, but Kyrie Irving, when this nigga just shuts up and plays basketball, the nigga is an artiste. What he did to the Clippers, what Luka did to the Clippers was incredible. But now you got the Clippers in this situation where moving into a new stadium, and moving into what's the name of the damn arena?
With the Intuit
Dome.
Get into it.
And you got a billionaire owner who does not care about spending. He's gonna do whatever he can to keep this team competitive. And you got a superstar who's on the second or third contract with you and Kawhi Leonard, who played the most games he's played in years this year, and he still got hurt. In 2 games he played in this series, he's laboring, did not look good. Paul George still doing missing, appearances. Same thing with James Harden. I'm at the point right now. I was like, I get why they're not going to break it up because you got to put butts in the seats. It's going to be a tough job trying to get people to come all the way out to Inglewood to watch Clippers games to begin with. So you definitely don't want to be able to have to do that with a team that can't compete. But I honestly don't know where they go from here. I am all out of answers because until they can actually go through a full entire series of being healthy, it's hard for you to get excited about this. And this was a good season for them. But James Harden kept doing James Harden done. Paul George kept doing Paul George does. And Kawhi wasn't there to bail him out. Man, what you think about the Clippers being burnt out again? And what can they do? Like, do you think that the window is officially shut?
Man, I don't know. They look like they could beat any team in the league, and then the playoffs come and they get hurt. and then next thing you know that they out. I have no clue until this team is actually legit healthy during the playoffs. I'm just gonna stick to I don't know. They got a top 5 coach in the NBA. They got players who arguably blah, 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 can be top 20, top 25. But yet they can't stay healthy. Then, what if Paul George does not get the contract that he wants? He's gone. You're not going to be able to replace him. I don't think you will be able to replace him. Are you going to rely on Kawhi Leonard, who can't be healthy during the playoffs? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It just feels like, I will say this, it feels like to me, this team is like the Bulls. And what I mean by that is, as long as I have a star or two on the team, I could keep those seats filled. That's what it feels like to me at this point. Because outside of that, there's legit no reason for you to give Kawhi Leonard the extension that you gave him without giving Paul George the same thing. We need somebody there that's going to help fill up these seats. I guess it's going to be Kawhi in this case.
Dante, man, what's your take on these Clippers?
As much as I love Steve Ballmer, he may have fucked himself because Paul George has a player option and they've offered him several contract extensions and he's not accepting anything outside of the max. So knowing that, and you already gave it to Kawhi, James got his money, didn't he?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he did. It's all going to come down, and I think one of the first big dominoes to fall in free agency is, does Paul George decline his player option for $48 million? It's a lot of fucking money, but at the same time, if you know, being Paul George, you can go out here and command the max salary, and people are going to pay that. Do you bounce? Even though obviously, I think he's one of those players where the Clippers have his bird rights, they can offer them the most money, but do you decline it? And then if they don't want to give you a max, that's when you tell them, okay, well, let's do a sign and trade. We've seen most players go that route just to make sure they get their money. So I think that's going to be the major domino to fall. The Kawhi situation, like I said, at this point, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, he's not trying to get hurt on purpose. I ain't going to sit here and act like, bro, it's like just saying fuck it because, we both know people who work within the Clippers organization. They'll tell you how hard Kawhi works. And like I've always heard stories about how Kawhi after games, like he's working out, he's lifting, like on some Dennis Rodman shit. Like he's always doing that and just trying to get back, trying to get better. And it's just, unfortunately, it hasn't been able to happen for him. So I think the Kawhi thing is always that big what if, because we've seen his production as a healthy player, but unfortunately he just hasn't been healthy. But with that being said, the greatest thing that happened to James Harden was that them fucking diss records dropped. Because once again, he put up a fucking stinker in Game 7. And otherwise we would have been on him like we always are, because he talked all that shit about I am a system, I'm this, I'm that. And then once again, when it came down to when it mattered most, no Kawhi, they brought you in as the insurance. What did you do? You came up short again. So James Harden, he's there. I gotta say that he's there. They had some highlights on the regular season, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of the same shit. And he's another guy, him, Paul George, they're in that same conversation where it's like, yeah, you're very good to great, but until you cross that next threshold, we just having the same conversation every year. So it's like, what are we really doing here?
They're not gonna cross it, bro. Like, these niggas been in the league forever. You know what I'm saying? Harden wasn't his 14th season in the league.
Yeah, well, in our next topic, I'm gonna tell you how Paul George can cross it in our next little section. But okay,
I'll just say this. I'm closing out with this. Dante, you hit the nail on the head. Steve Ballmer fucked himself because he can't do anything now. Because you got to open up the stadium, you got to have stars in the building. You got to hope and pray that eventually you'll get at least one postseason with at least 2 or 3 of these niggas healthy. But the thing that's crazy to me is they still could have won this series even with Kawhi. If Harden and Paul George show up together, they can win this series. They could have won this series. So that's the disappointing thing for me. If you're the Clippers, the West ain't getting no easier, my boy.
At all.
The Nuggets are already there. They ain't going nowhere. OKC looking like they're gonna be a problem. That boy Anthony Edwards said, "Nigga, this is my conference." You know what I'm saying? Like it's not getting easier for them. So yeah, man, that's how I look about that. But let's go to our next topic. The Orlando Magic lost one of the worst game sevens I've ever seen in my life yesterday to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But Paolo Banchero, number 1 draft pick a couple years ago, incredible game, 36 points, 17 rebounds. They had an 18-point third quarter lead, blew that because Donovan Mitchell went federal. But my question for y'all is, what do the Magic need to do to become next year's Minnesota Timberwolves or Oklahoma City Thunder? Bang, I'll go to you first.
They said, I think I saw somebody say they got 60 million in cap room next year, something like
60
that.
million, 60 bands.
Don't waste it on Klay Thompson.
Right.
That's it right there. Don't waste it on him. Go get you a wily veteran. Get you a couple of those, but don't waste your money on somebody like Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson, who is hurt, or just at this point, Dale Curry, Dale Ellis, and stuff like that. A spot up 3-point shooter. Please don't do that. I think that they have a team that's growing. They got a good young coach. They just need a couple of vets with some experience, but you need somebody that's going to be able to play a lot of games too. That ain't Klay Thompson. So get you a point guard, get you another wily veteran on the wing, and I think that'd be okay.
Listen to me. Listen to me. DeVos family. There's one way to fix this. Tamper. You got enough money. Fuck them draft picks. You call Paul George and tell him right now, you opt out of that contract. We're going to give you a max deal. Call Paul George. Add him to that squad. Let him be the vet. You got your youngsters that are going to grow. You got your youngsters that are going to continue to be better. You'll have more space after you give him the max. But tamper, cheat. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. We don't need to do this the right way. Remember they locked the nigga DeAndre Jordan in his house?
Yep.
Like, we don't have to do this the right way. Cheat. Call Paul George right now. Say, I know you got a house in Orlando. Ain't your wife from here? Or some shit like that. Like, we know you like Florida, brother.
Come down to a land of no expectations.
Hey, come get this money. If you win, great. If not, you T-Mac, nigga. We don't care. Like, it's that simple.
I'm not mad at that. I think that, yes, they should not pay Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, number 1, doesn't deserve the money right now. And number 2, Klay Thompson is looking for a legacy deal, aka pay me for the stuff I used to do. Because I don't see any way. Yeah, I don't see any way he comes back to Golden State. I just don't see it. I'm with you though. Tamper. Paul George fits that perfectly. I think they should go get a point guard. Go get a point guard. The reason why they lost the series, there wasn't enough organization. You need to help Paolo and Franz Wagner get easier shots. And I feel like that'd be something that can help maybe Tyus Jones will help. I gotta look at the free agent list. I don't know other free point guards out there. I saw some niggas like trade for Trae Young. Nigga, no. I don't think Trae helps anybody. I'm sorry. I saw some of y'all wanted Trae Young in San Antonio with Wembanyama. No, nigga. Keep that nigga in Atlanta. But I'm with you. They got a perfect opportunity to do something here to at least put this team in competitive standing and make the Bulls look like even bigger fools for the trades they did with y'all. Now that's what I meant with that one. But let's move on to the next topic. Tonight, game 2 of the Western Conference semifinals between the defending champion Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who stole game 1 this past Saturday. Anthony Edwards, 43 points. Man, those dudes, man, that was a battle. The Denver Nuggets have not looked right all playoffs to me, like at all. Like you look at all the 5 games they played with against the Lakers in the game they played over here on Saturday, man. I'm worried for the Nuggets. I'm legit worried for them. I'm still picking them. They got the heart of the champion. I still think the Nuggets will win in 6 games, but Anthony Edwards is for real. Karl Anthony Towns has found his role. Rudy Gobert, I know we don't like, buddy. He's stepping up, even though he's 50-50 to play tonight. I think his girlfriend is giving birth. Jaden McDaniels, that little video's been floating on NBA Twitter all year where he said, yeah, they got KD, we got Jaden McDaniels. It's not so funny no more. Jay McDaniels, Hooper, they got a good team, good coach. And to me, this is the biggest game of the Denver Nuggets championship run. They have to win tonight. They don't win tonight, it's a problem. But this to me, these are not your daddy's Timberwolves. These are not the KG Timberwolves. They have a legitimate shot, I believe, to make it to the NBA Finals. Real quick, let Damien say it. Hershey said this about Rocco Paolo. Anybody who doesn't know, Paolo went to Duke, and this nigga is a North Carolina fan, so you know that nigga's serious when he says that. But, Bang, what do you think about what you saw from the Timberwolves this weekend? And how do you think they can go up 2-0 tonight?
So unfortunately, because the cruise, I was not able to watch the whole entire game.
Okay.
I had to end up catching highlights. With that being said, oh my God, that's not the game that I expected. That's not what I thought would happen. The Minnesota Timberwolves look like the favorite to win the NBA championship to me. This Minnesota Timberwolves will shit on the Boston Celtics because this Minnesota Timberwolves team don't give a damn about nobody. They're not overthinking. They just saying, yo, we're better than y'all and we know it. And they got the size to compete with Jokic and in the paint with Cat and with Gobert. And Ant is just like when Derrick Rose won the MVP, when he said that whole shit about why can't I? That's Anthony Edwards right now. Why can't I? And it is happening at the right time. I'm not going to get into all of this thing about who's the potential face of the NBA and all of that stuff. I'm not going to get into the Michael Jordan conversation, even though that is Michael Jordan's illegitimate son. But man,
Mike has been hiding the child.
Mike's behind the child. He's behind the child, y'all. But man, oh man, this kid is something special. And he got the right team around him, the right body, and the right mentality. Like the season, the series beforehand, when he was up there cussing Cat out and stop fucking fouling. Like that's Mike. Like that's Mike. And
he was dead serious.
And he was dead ass serious. So, hey, Denver, if y'all lose tonight,
it's gonna get spooky.
Spooky hours, fam.
Dante, what you think about these Wolves, man? You think they got a legit shot to make to the NBA Finals?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They my pick now. I'm going to complete 180. I think Minnesota's going to come out the West. Call me prisoner of the moment. Call me whatever the fuck you want to call me.
Man,
I really think that, my main thing is that they lock up, bro. Like they play really good defense. Yes. They play extremely good, active, involved defense. And to Pappy's point from last week, Rudy Gobert is finally in a position where he doesn't have to sit there and watch everybody destroy his guards and his forwards. And now he's on the island getting cooked and getting played off the court in the playoffs. So, before the series, I forgot who it was. It was a former player. I think it was, matter of fact, it was Udonis Haslem who said he thought that Rudy was going to get played off the floor in this series. And Rudy's showing you that that's not the case. Like he's gonna hold his own. And I think that, he does so much as far as just blowing plays up, even with the verticality going straight up in the air, like things that you don't show up in the box score. He does a lot of that. And with Anthony Edwards, he's just the truth, bro. Like I think he's one of those guys where, coming into the league, people ask their questions about him, is this a guy you would want and blah, blah, blah. But he's answered all that real quick. And I think he's slowly but surely, like I said, I said 3 years, but shit, it might be less. He's gonna be the face of the league. I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's past time to buy stock in Anthony Edwards. Like if this was a gambling line, that shit is already, you got to spend too much to make some money. So it is what it is. But no, I think AE is gonna lead the Minnesota Timberwolves to the NBA Finals.
I mean, man, you look at Anthony Edwards and Paolo are like, that's how number one draft pick's supposed to look. Like I saw somebody tweet that this weekend. Like that's how number one draft pick's supposed to look. Anthony Edwards is going to be the face of this league for at least for Americans, for American basketball. He doesn't like guns like Ja Morant. He has a team they can actually win. I'm not going to say they're going to the finals. I'm going to say they can go to the finals. And the Nuggets better wake up and take these boys seriously. Not that the Nuggets aren't taking them seriously, because I think it was Jokic said it last year after they won the championship. where he said that the Wolves were actually the toughest series they had last year. And this Wolves team is 100 times better than that Wolves team last year. And this Nuggets team is nowhere near as good as that Nuggets team last year. Offensively, this Nuggets team scares me. And I feel like the Wolves smell blood in the water. And if they win tonight, I think they win the series and they do go to the NBA Finals. But I just don't want to count out the champions. But I feel like they're right there. And they believe. And Dante, you hit the nail on the head. That nigga, not only does the team lock up, that nigga Anthony Edwards locks up, bro. He locks up. He's got great personality. His shoes, he actually has good-looking basketball shoes. That's gonna help with the way that he is marketed out there. And I think it's a great thing for them. And you're gonna see the Wolves do stuff they've never done. I know we love KG and everything they had over there, but this team already better than that 04 Wolves team, in my opinion. Like, this is just a more complete team, and they believe what they're doing. And hey, man, I'm really, really interested to see how tonight goes because backs against the wall time for Denver. They can't you know what I'm saying? You can't sleep on them. So I hate to overrate USA basketball, but you can tell that helped them take the next level. No, I agree with that. I agree. But I also think that kid just works on his craft in general. And I think that's something dope, man. So shout out to Anthony Edwards. But let's talk about a series that got not solidified, but like set this past weekend. Tomorrow will be the kickoff of the Boston Celtics going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, winner going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Bang, how do you see this series going?
Wait a minute, what series?
The Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We really got to have a conversation about this series?
Hey man, we just talking about what's going on in the news.
Boston in 4. Like, Boston in 4. This team wins 7 games against the Orlando Magic, so they already gonna be tired. Donovan Mitchell got a whole issue with his knee. Jared Allen got a rib situation. Hey man, Boston in 4, and if it's not in 4, it is a disappointment. Boston needs to just go ahead and just get them in and get them out, and be real well rested. To see who's going to win on the other side. But yeah, this should be 4
games.
4.
I mean, I look at it like this, man. The Celtics should sweep these niggas. I just don't like the Cleveland Cavaliers. First of all, I never have. Like, ever. I hate everything that Donovan Mitchell stands for. Like, I hate how he plays. I don't understand why Stephen A. Smith and certain Knicks fans are so thirsty to get this nigga on their team. Like, the Knicks are really good. Donovan Mitchell's not the nigga you want on this team. He's a shooting guard Julius Randle to me. Like, I hate the way he plays. Everybody want to compare him to D-Wade. If D-Wade had no talent, yes, he would be Donovan Mitchell. Like, so I am rooting for their downfall. But like Shane O'Mac says in the chat, Boston gonna play around like usual. Boston should have swept Miami. So just off that, I'm inclined almost to give Cleveland 2 games. Because Cleveland better than Miami. You know, Cleveland's a good home team, and Boston just likes to play with their food. Porzingis is out for at least this series. And I still got to see it happen. You know, we always talk about, they're always blowing people out. We don't know how they're going to play in close games because they're never in close games this year. And when they went in close games last year, it always fumbled on them. So they should, for me to think they can win this championship, they should, and they can sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. I just think Cleveland gonna find a way to get 2 up out of them. Damn. I don't know how, but I feel like Cleveland gonna find a way to get 2 out of them, and I'm gonna go Boston to 6.
Sweet. Get the brooms out. It's over. This is gonna be a quick one. I know Boston is good to trick off a game, but I think, more than anything, I think they're gonna get this out the way. They will be ready for whoever they face in the Eastern Conference Finals and well rested, because I'm not a fan of Cleveland at all. I know we gave them one of those, middle of the pack teams that we show love to sometimes just when, we feel like we need to, but they're not going to win shit. And we know they're not going to win shit, even with Donovan Mitchell. So I think it's one of those things where they beat the young team in Orlando that probably should have beat them. And then now they're going to come get smoked in the second round. So I got Boston in 4.
I hope y'all right. I really hope y'all right. But let's move on to the other series that got confirmed this week. That is the Oklahoma City Thunder will be hosting Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and the Dallas Mavericks. That series kicks off tomorrow night. I don't understand this NBA scheduling. This scheduling has been nuts for the last couple of days. We should be starting game 2 of that Knicks Pacers series tonight, but I digress. This is going to be a fun series, and I'm going to take the Mavericks. I love how the Mavericks are playing. Love how Luka's playing. Love how Kyrie is playing. They're playing defense. Jason Kidd just got an extension today. PJ Washington has been a great addition. Daniel Gafford has been a great addition. The only thing, the Kleber being out for the series, that concerns me. Kleber being out definitely concerns me. But I just think the vet factor is going to kick in this situation against Oklahoma. And I really love how Oklahoma played in that first round. Swept the Pelicans, didn't play with their food. But this is another belt. You're really going to see defensively what the Thunder are made up of, because guarding them two niggas, Luka and Kyrie, for 7 games, God bless. But I think this is going to be an extremely fun series. Whoever wins this one. Bang, how do you see OKC and the Mavericks going out?
Man, unfortunately, I got the Dallas Mavericks because I want to see these young teams, get their chance at a ring early. But nah, Kyrie is just playing out of his mind. Luka is already going to be Luka. I think the experience comes in on this one. The Dallas Mavericks win in 5.
In 5, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, this right here is a little bit different. I don't know if this Oklahoma City Thunder team is ready for this. I have a feeling they might be a bit shell shocked, and they're gonna get their ass up out of here.
Dante, man, which way you see this going?
Man, I've been big on the young teams, passing the torch and all that shit. But I think Big Luka is trying to let niggas know what it is. So I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks. I think it goes 6 games, but I can see it going 5. Because again, with these young teams, like even with Minnesota, they made the playoffs last year. Then they got smacked, even though it was a tough series against Denver. But it's still steps, it's still levels, it's still steps to it. And they haven't gone through enough. I think this was their year to really announce themselves as, hey, we serious, especially with Shy. But I'm gonna go with Mavs in 6, and I wouldn't be shocked if it was Mavs in 5.
Okay. I'm going Mavs in 7. I'm gonna give OKC a little more credit than that. And then also what we saw is that the Mavericks do like to trick off games too. But that's interesting. Now, I think it's gonna be a fun series just in general, just from a matchup perspective. Last thing, by the way, as you see on the screen, no local hour today. Local hour for the rest of the season is gonna be kind of sparse. If there's things to talk about, we will have a local hour. If not, and then we won't. I mean, there's really nothing going on. You got one baseball team who refuses to play baseball in the Chicago White Sox. You got one thing in the Cubs where, it's not too, even though they're playing good baseball, not too much there about them. Bears are kind of on hibernation, and the Bulls is not playing right now. So that's pretty much what's going to be with that. So no local hour tonight, but we'll be back on Wednesday for I'm Not Gonna Hold You halftime. But let's get some predictions in for the night. We are about 45 minutes away from the kickoff of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between Jalen Brunson and New York Knicks against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. Go ahead, Dante.
Side note, this nigga Ben Simmons is hilarious.
Yeah.
Really, nigga?
Yeah, I saw that.
Really, nigga?
Illuminati Gala.
The Illuminati Gala.
That's all I got.
The dickhead prom is what I like to call the Met Gala. It's like everybody like, how dumb can I dress today? But we're about 40 minutes away from Game 1 of these conference semifinals between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. At Game 1 will be in Madison Square Garden. I think Reggie Miller's on the call for these first 2 games, which, from a nostalgia factor, it's going to be quite hilarious. Bang, man. I don't know if I don't think you gave your series prediction.
No, I did.
You did? Okay.
I got Pacers in 7.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You didn't say that on the show.
Wow.
I thought I did.
Wow.
I thought I did. My bad. I got Pacers in 7.
Okay, so the Pacers win tonight?
Yep.
Pacers win tonight.
I got the Pacers coming in and with the upset, taking Game 1, and I got them winning in 7.
Dante, of course I know who you pick in the series, but how you got tonight going?
Knicks. I got Knicks by 7. I think it'll be an exciting game, but I think at the end of the day, like the Knicks will go in the fourth quarter, take over in the fourth quarter, and really put things out of reach.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got Knicks winning. I think Knicks win by at least 5 points. I think you're gonna get a good fourth quarter barrage from Jalen Brunson and my man Josh Hart. I like the Pacers, but I really didn't like how the Pacers played in that last series, man. Like they shouldn't have went as long as it did. They can't play no defense. They can score. They can score with New York, but defensively, that's going to be a problem for me. Like I said on Friday, I got Knicks in 5. But if the Pacers do want to win, they got to win one of these first 2 games in New York, and tonight will be the first time to get it. But I think the Knicks going to win tonight by at least 5. Final game, and then we're going to get up out of here. Wolves Nuggets game 2. Do the Wolves take a 2-0 lead heading back to Soda? Or do the Nuggets protect their crown tonight, man?
I'm going with Soda, fam.
Oh,
I'm going with Soda.
Okay. How many points?
Man, I'm gonna give it a 4-point win. Some free throws at the end of the game. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going with Soda on this one.
Dante, how you got game 2 tonight?
Game 2, I am going with Minnesota.
Mm.
I don't think they play no games. I think they really. It's not one of those culture team type of moments. Now these niggas good. Like they can really hoop. And so, because like we said last week, because they didn't have too many national TV games, a lot of people just are now watching the Minnesota Timberwolves. But no, I got Timberwolves tonight.
In the words of Rudy Tomjanovich, never underestimate the heart of a champion. Going with the Nuggets tonight, man. I just don't think Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Malone, that they lose 2 home games. I think the Minnesota going to come with it. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. It's going to go to the wire. But I think that the Nuggets going to win tonight, but it would not shock me if this time next week, Minnesota up 3-1 with a chance to clinch. Like it would not shock me, but I think the Nuggets do win tonight, man. Is there anything else y'all want to go before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, I think I'm all good. I think we settled on what everybody talking about as far as the Kendrick stuff. And hey, man, these playoffs, like I said, on the boat, these are some great playoff games, man. It is good to see the young talent start to evolve into the position that we're going to see them. We got to remember, man, LeBron James is near retirement.
Thank God.
Paul George, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, all these dudes are like
Steph
12
Curry buying golf clubs today.
Yeah, all of these dudes are like 14, 15 years in. It's time to start cycling these dudes out and bringing the new ones in.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I think it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to watching this. Like we said, no local hour today. Local hour will be it will be game time decision really for the rest of the season. I'm just to update y'all on like our scheduling. We're going to continue to do 2-week shows throughout the NBA Finals. Now, these shows probably going to be shorter because there won't be as much stuff to go over, but we're going to be doing 2 shows a week up until NBA Finals. Then we're going to take about a month hiatus. We'll come back around training camp. We'll be doing shows once a week all through training camp and NFL preseason. And then when NFL starts, we'll be back to our twice a week. We will be debuting the Hot Corner podcast in about a week or 2. Trying to get everybody on the same page as far as recording. Courtney will be back. Courtney's going to be out for the next couple games, next couple shows. She's got some stuff she's dealing with. Prayers out to our homie Mikey, everything he's dealing with right now. And Friday, I'm not sure about a Friday show because I have to do rookie minicamp this week. So rookie minicamp for the Bears. I'm probably sure I'll be able to see Caleb throw 1 or 2 balls this weekend. So I'll at least be going to the Friday practice. I don't know what time it'll be, but the niggas practicing late for us. So I'm pretty sure we won't be back in time for the show. So don't look forward. Don't anticipate a Friday show. We might do a Thursday show breaking down the NFL schedule because I have it on great authority that the schedule is dropping on the 9th, even though they haven't officially announced it yet. I have it on good authority that Thursday will be the day they announce the schedule. So we might do a schedule breakdown show for y'all. So just pay attention to my Twitter. Pay attention to HMB YouTube for the announcement. It will be coming. And for everybody who subscribes to the Patreon, we ain't updated Return to Queens Boulevard in a couple weeks because obviously I've been sick. My voice sounds good right now. Well, it's getting better. Sounds better than it did on Friday. Friday, I feel like my voice was like at a 45. I feel like I'm at a good 70 right now. So we're going to start back working on those this week. Me and Dante will have that for y'all on the Patreon. So y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Barberchair Scott. Follow Dante at October Zonte. Follow JR Bang at JR Bang on all social media platforms. We're going to record some sessions tomorrow, which should be a good episode. We're going to really get into the nitty gritty about everything we didn't talk about with this beef. We're going to see, we're going to have an Aubrey's Angels response. We hear what Pappy has to say about this. And then I also want to hear what Merck got to say about this too. So we going to get into that tomorrow. So y'all enjoy these playoffs tonight. We'll holler at y'all next week.